whom shall I send? Here I am.
Hi everyone, my name is Jenny, and this is a special anointed time that we can come together and worship the Lord, no matter what our background is or what color skin we have or what language we speak or what we went through in our life, because God is a God of love, and He doesn't see all that. He sees our heart and our mind and our emotions, and He's the wonderful God of this universe. And sometimes we have troubles with like we get discouraged because like our friends are not really into Bible stuff, or they don't want to listen, or they just, whenever you talk to them about God, they're like, oh, it's you again, It's like you're preaching again, and they don't want to hang out with someone like that. So what I have to say about that is, and then like sometimes you have troubles like at work, people probably don't want to hear about it in the secular society which we live in, and so we have to face that when we go to school or work, and then money issues that all contribute to how we feel and how our relationship with God, and sometimes that discourages us, but we have to remain firm in our stance and remember that God is with us and nothing can separate us from His love. And another thing I wanted to say was that like these past few weeks actually was discouraged and was feeling down because a lot of things were happening in my life, and I didn't know where to turn or who to turn to. But I knew that there was God for me, and luckily Beatrice called me and she told me to come, and I was actually very happy inside because I didn't expect her to invite me, and it was in the critical time when I felt like everything was going downhill, and I thought, what am I going to do with my life, like everything seems so horrible. But she called, and then, after I came last Sunday, I felt really touched, and God was trying to do a work within me, trying to help me figure out what my priorities are, like what I want to do with my life. Do I want to continue in my walk with the Lord, and the Lord still use me, or is He done with me and this is not the right path for me? But I knew that this is the truth, and her message was clear, like good to be, like, even on New Year's resolution, you have to be specific, and I had to get specific with myself. I had to say, okay, what is causing me to drift away? What is, and it's like, just because the material wealth is not there, just because your flesh, the world, and the devil is attacking you, that doesn't mean that you should shrink away and say, oh yeah, you won, devil, whatever. No, you have to stand firm, and then you have to hold on to His promises, because even if in this lifetime you don't get the rewards, we know in the next lifetime we will. And that's the hope that we cling to, and that's my inspiration, is God and Jesus, because without Him we're nothing, like the things, the glories of this world, the shimmer, the shine of fame and fortune and all those things, they can fade away. But one thing remains, and that's the truth, and that's God. And I hope this message is a very inspirational message. These economic times where things seem to be all going berserk and everything seems to be going awry, we know that, the truth will always stand, and that's God. And God sent His Son Jesus to die on the cross for us so that we can have an opportunity to go to heaven. It doesn't mean that everyone's going to heaven, no, because there's going to be some people who are not really sincerely into the religion. There's going to be some people who have false motivations, and the sheep and the goats, God's going to separate them. But that's not for us to say. All we can do is do our part, and to not say you're going to heaven or you're not, or you're not allowed to come to church because of this reason or whatever. That's just wrong, because God invited everyone, and in the end, Judgment Day, we'll all see who made it and who didn't. So, and another thing I just wanted to make, I'll end soon, but another thing I wanted to point out is that even the devil believes in God, like, even the demons, they believe in God. And so, You know, if you are not believing in Jesus as God, then you're in the dark, because even the demons believe in it, because it says in the Bible, like, it says in the Bible that, like, when Jesus was tempted, he was taken to, you know, like, the pinnacle of the temple, and he was said to look at all the wealth I can give you, look at all the things I can give to you, but he says, he didn't say, if you are the Son of God. Like, he was saying, since you are the Son, he said in a way that meant that acknowledging that he is the Son of God, then why would you do this? Not saying if you are. So it's a matter of faith, and you know, a lot of factors can push us this way and that. Like, I never really questioned God up until recently, because things are getting so dark and dreary in my life, but God is turning it around, and I ask you to pray for me and pray for this congregation to grow and stand strong so no enemy can
Shall I